Okay, so in today's video, I want to go ahead and give you my take on whether you should buy the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 or an iPad Pro 11 inches for school, specifically college or at least post-secondary, so college or, graduate school. Let's go ahead and jump in. First things first, I want to say that if you are in college and you're not doing anything that has to do with media production and things like that, the simple answer is you should go for the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8. Now, that doesn't mean that the iPad Pro 11 inches is not suited for college. In fact, quite the contrary, especially given the amount of power that the iPad Pro M1 chip is pushing out there, right? It is an extremely powerful tablet, but the thing here is that it's too powerful. It's going to be just a waste for you to have so much power if you're going to be using it just to take down some notes and maybe watch some of your classes and maybe do some, I don't know, regular tasks that you can do on a tablet that you will pay less money for, and it would offer you a lot more value. Let's break that down. Now, let's go ahead and just start off with the iPad, right? So it is sold by Apple, and we know that typically their prices are not that friendly. You're looking at $800 for this guy with 128 gigs of internal storage and an extremely powerful chipset. With the Galaxy Tab S8 here, you are looking at something that's going to cost you $700. Now, the chipset is not as powerful as the M1, but it is super powerful as well. And on top of that, you get a stylus for free. So the Samsung S Pen is going to be offered for free with the Galaxy Tab S8 here, and this is probably the best stylus on the market. In the case of the iPad Pro here, you have to buy this one separately, and it will run you an additional $130. Now, if you remember at the beginning of the video, I said that if you're a student and you're working in something that has to do with media or just production of video editing, things that, the M1 iPad Pro here can focus on and really power through and deliver, then you should simply go for the iPad Pro M1 chipset. Now, if you are majoring in anything else and you want something that's going to offer you the most, so you're just looking for value, the Galaxy Tab S8 here will be the one to go for. In fact, even if you're not looking for value, you're just looking for something that's going to enable you to be super productive, this guy here, the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 here will actually make you way more productive than you would be if you were using an iPad Pro 11 inches. Believe it or not. Now here, I'm talking productivity in terms of multitasking and doing different things at the same time as you would on a laptop, for example, right? And that would be all thanks to Samsung DeX. In case you don't know what Samsung DeX is, it's essentially a program or software. Look at it as a program that, Samsung has out there on some of their flagship, well, on all of their flagship devices and some of their non-flagship devices, where the UI changes, right? So the user interface changes and turns into something similar to a laptop, right? To a desktop. What you have on a desktop, it would mimic that same look that you have on a desktop, and you'll be able to use it as if you were on a desktop, right? Meaning you'll be able to open different windows, be able to run different things, have different things in the background, and believe it, the tablet itself is very powerful enough to sustain all of those different, all of the different interactions that you have going on the display there. So this guy will offer that. On the iPad Pro, on the other hand, it's super powerful, but like I always say, iPad OS actually limits what you can do with that power, right? But anyway, so for students, if you're just looking for something that you're going to be jotting down notes and you want the best experience possible when using a stylus, the Galaxy Tab S8 along with the Samsung S Pen is way ahead of what you have with the iPad Pro. Now, I know some people still like the very plasticky and the sound that, the Apple Pencil 2nd Gen here makes when it taps the screen of the iPad, but I personally prefer an experience that seems a lot more natural, that feels a lot more natural when you're writing, and feels like you're writing on paper. This offers you that. This does not, right? So when it comes down to just user experience with writing down, the feedback, pressure sensitivity, and all that good stuff, this is what you need. If you're an artist for drawing, this is still the way to go. So far we have what? Productivity in terms to, of just being more versatile, Galaxy Tab S8. In terms of the user experience of that stylus, still the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8. The other thing about Samsung is that they always come out with a ton of features, right? So much so that A lot of people always say, well, that's a gimmick. When are you really going to use that? How practical is that? Which, in a lot of cases, it is true, right? But in general, a lot of those features, right, the vast majority of them are very, very practical, right? So if we're talking you in college and you need to make a presentation, the S Pen, it could be used as a remote for your presentation, going through different slides and all that stuff remotely, right? So if you have your homework, whatever it is, load it on your tablet here. You can simply go ahead and plug that in. And of course, it does push out image. You have image signal coming out of there, so you can plug that in and be able to just, use this as a remote for your tablet. It is very, very neat. So you have a ton of different things like that, right? You can be watching courses online, and you have different ways to open the Note app and make it transparent. So that as you're writing, you can do it side by side, or you can just have the notepad on top of the video so that you can take down notes as you're watching video. Very, very cool stuff. Now, I've already made a bunch of videos on the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 and also on the iPad Pro that I have here. So if you want a more comprehensive take on either one of these tablets, make sure to check out those videos there. They might really help your purchasing decision. So if we want to go ahead and just recap this, if you are a student and your area of focus is, let's say, music production or video editing, or, having to do with just media, I would say go ahead and get the iPad Pro. But if you're a student majoring in anything else or everything else, just get yourself the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8. Or if you just want a tablet that's going to offer you better value, Samsung Galaxy Tab S8. Forget value. You just want a tablet that's going to make you a lot more productive on a number of different, it's going to make you more versatile, handling a number of different type of tasks and projects. The Samsung Galaxy Tab S8. Again, I cannot emphasize this enough. The iPad Pro M1 is a lot more powerful than the Galaxy Tab S8, but the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 is a lot more versatile and will make you more productive at school, right? Because I don't see too many students really tapping into the full power of the M1 chip. Unless, of course, you're working in one of those fields that really require that raw power to be used. So I cannot emphasize that part enough. But anyway, that's just my take. Do you own either one of these tablets? Let me know your take on this in the comment section. I will catch you in that comment section. Let's get that back and forth going. I'm also going to catch you in the next video. Make sure to share this video with anyone you know would be interested. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, of course, like I said. And I will catch you in the next video. Up until that next video, as always, stay safe out there.